Hi, it's Panda Movies here. Today I'm going to explain the movie called Never Let Me Go. Warning, there are spoilers ahead. Enjoy the video. The film begins with on-screen captions outlining how, thanks to a medical discovery in 1952, humans can now live longer than 100 years. Kathy H., 28, narrates the story as she reflects on her upbringing at Hailsham boarding school, as well as her adult life after leaving the institution. Kathy, along with her companions Tommy and Ruth, spent their youth at Hailsham in 1978, as seen in the first scene of the film. The pupils are encouraged to create artwork, and the best of it is displayed in Madame's gallery, which is overseen by a mysterious woman. Miss Lucy, a new teacher, gently informs the students of their fate. They will be organ donors and will die in their early adulthood, or complete. Miss Emily, the headmistress, fires her shortly after for telling the pupils about the revelation. Kathy falls in love with Tommy as time goes on, but Ruth and Tommy start dating and stay together for the rest of their time at Hailsham. Kathy, Ruth, and Tommy, now teens, are rehoused in cottages on a farm in 1985 in the second act. They are allowed to go on day outings off the premises, but they are aware of their impending fate. They encounter former students from similar schools at the farm, and it is discovered that they are all clones. They've also heard rumors about deferral, a short reprieve from organ donation for donors who can prove their affection. Tommy believes that the gallery at Hailsham was built to peer into their souls, and that artwork delivered there will be able to prove true love in the presence of true love. When Tommy and Ruth's friendship turns sexual, Ruth confronts Kathy, informing her that Tommy never thought of her as more than a friend. Kathy and Ruth's friendship is over as a result of this. Kathy leaves the lonely life of a donor and becomes a carer, a donor who is granted a temporary reprieve from donation in exchange for assisting and comforting donors when they are forced to donate their organs. Kathy is still working as a caregiver in 1994, and she has witnessed several donors slowly die while their organs are removed. Kathy discovers Ruth, frail after 2 donations, when she hasn't seen her or Tommy since the farm. They track down Tommy, who has been debilitated by his donations, and travel to the beach, where Ruth explains that she did not love Tommy and simply seduced him because she was frightened of being alone. She has been seeking a method to help Tommy and Kathy, and she is overwhelmed with guilt. She believes the rumors of deferral are true, and she has located the address of Madame, the gallery owner, who she believes may issue deferrals to in-love couples. Ruth dies on the operating table shortly afterward. Kathy and Tommy are finally starting to date. Tommy tells Kathy that he has been making art in the hopes of gaining deferment. He and Kathy take a car ride to Hailsham to see Madame, who lives with the headmistress. The 2 lecturers explain that deferment is not an option and that Tommy's artworks will not help him. They clarify that the gallery's objective was not to see into their souls, but to see if the all-but-human donors had souls at all. Hailsham was the last place to address the donor scheme's ethical implications. Tommy screams in wrath and frustration as they listen to the news on their return journey, and they cling to each other in anguish. Tommy makes his final gift and passes away on the operating table, leaving Kathy alone to await her donations, which will begin in a month. In voiceover, she ponders the wreckage of her upbringing, wondering if her fate is really any different from the people who will receive her organs. After all, we are all whole.